Howdy, fellas. Today I'm gonna start to showcase, what I mean in terms of thematic collection in the first half of the video, and in the second half of the video I'm gonna talk about the coins that I find while traveling aboard. The first collection it's going to be something interesting so that you guys can understand picking up a theme. They cross boundaries for some reason. Sometimes they cross the barrier of time, but usually it's like you have a specific date for a specific country or for a specific thing that happened in history, and many countries release coins for that date. One of the examples is the Apollo 11 anniversary, and many other things. In terms of series, like the multi-annual series, right? Like the kookaburras or the swans, etc. This is a different thing. I do the series, some of the series as well, but the thematic, collections that I mentioned are not related to that. So my first thematic collection is going to be the 200 years of Queen Victoria. So this is the official Royal Mint release. This is the first release for the commemoration of the Queen Victoria 200 years anniversary, right? So it's kind of cool. I have sealed, actually I have 4 or 5 of these still sealed. If my channel grows a little bit, I'm gonna draft a couple of them for people that participate in the channel. They're very great. The package, it comes in a case with lots of things, like a booklet, etc. This is the coin. So like you're gonna see, the main coins released by many countries, they follow this sort of pattern. They're not alike, they're not exactly the same, but they follow the same pattern. This is a Copernico. This would not be the part of the collection, but for whatever reason, I really don't remember, I decided, I think it was because of the price of the package, something like that. But anyway, I wanted to have a collection of Queen Victoria, and one way or the other I started with this one, right? Then we have the Royal Mint official silver release, right? So you see, great, external case. Then you see where the coin comes, the internal hardcover case, the booklet with great information, images, etc., the specifications of the coin, among other things. And then you open the case, you have the coin here. I never remove it, so you see is the exact same coin as a Copernico, but this is the silver version, right? You have the certificate of authenticity number. There's a limited number released, only 7,500. So each one weighs 28.28 grams. They have 38.61 millimeters in diameter. This is the proof version, and they are sterling silver, right? 925. So this is what I mean, right? So this is the type of thematic collection that I'm talking about. This is what I go after, and they're all beautiful. There is one or two exceptions, most, that are not this cool. So let me show you the Australian release. Comes in a blue case, and the hard case is different because it's kind of a display. I didn't remove the plastic, etc., because I'm not thinking displaying. I want to keep as it is with the watermark and everything, but it's magnetized. You have also the specifications. There's also a proof coin, etc. So this one is 4.9 purity. This is exactly 1 ounce, 14.6 millimeters in diameter, is like the Silver Eagle, and the mintage is 5,000. It's even less than the other one. This is the Perth mint version of the coin, and take a look what I'm talking about, right? So they follow the same pattern. They're not exactly the same, right? The queen on the other side, but the front, this is beautiful. I'm not sure which one is my favorite, but they're all beautiful. You see the cases that they come, there's this kind of pillow. It's fantastic. I love it. And it's magnetized. That's interesting. Right, so let me show a few others. So this is kind of a more simple release, quote unquote. This is from Popjoy Mint, also from UK, but these are the ones who produce a lot of the, you know, Pacific and Caribbean islands that are part of the Commonwealth. So this release is from South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands. Right, is also a beautiful, beautiful coin. Let me see. Yeah, this one is easier to remove. Right, so we have the Queen, all Her Majesty in the throne. The certificate. Let me see about the specs. So this is also sterling silver. 28.28 grams, 38.6, so it's like the Royal Mint release, but the mintage is 2000 only. 2000 only. Crazy. Hopefully it gets momentum. Another one also from Popjoy Mint, you know, same box, etc., and also from South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands with the very same specifications, sterling silver, etc. This is Her Majesty in a horse with a guard, 2 pounds. Fantastic. Also 2000 mintage only. Right, so this is, you know, far out, man. So beautiful case here from the Royal Canadian Mint. When you open, you have the entire series: 1 ounce, 3/4, half ounce, quarter, 1/10 of an ounce. And this let me see, You're gonna see the other side. Remember when I mentioned more or less the same pattern, both Queen Elizabeth II and Queen Victoria on the reverse, and the specifications. I never noticed, but anyway, all of these are 4.9 pure silvers, and the 1 ounce, this is one, yeah, it is 4.9 silver with rhodium plating, right? This is why you see this blue, dark bluish sparkle here. Rhodium. It's it blows my mind. Right. Let me see if I find the mintage. Doesn't say, or I'm not finding it. But anyway, yeah, there we go. 6,500 mintage for this entire fantastic box. So it's really great. There are other releases, right, commemorating Queen Victoria. Two I mentioned, I'm gonna include now as slides. Hopefully you could see the slides for the two releases that I mentioned. The first one from Royal Canadian Mint, when it was released, it was like $680 US. And it was more than 1 ounce. It was something like 2.5, 3 ounces. It was kind of an odd number. For sure, you had all this finish in mother of pearl, among other things, I don't remember. And the same thing for the Royal Mint. There was another special one that was 500 sterling pounds. That I thought, instead of buying those, I prefer to buy gold, as I already mentioned. And for those who started watch my channels, you'll learn that my preference is always for gold, 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 gold. Right, so there's another one, the last one, also from Popjoy Mint. This one from the Virgin Islands. I love the Virgin Islands. My family and I went, we love to go to vacations to the BVI, to US Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands, and they're great places. But the thing is, this is a standard. If you take a look, it's a very standard coin that they make, but they released this because of the year, stating as this was a special one for the Queen Victoria commemorations. I don't know, it doesn't say anything anywhere. Not even this image is different than the others, but anyway, I have it. It's kind of standard 1 ounce, 4.9, and there you go, right? So this ends the first half of the video, and for the second half, I'm gonna start with the easiest one, our neighbor Mexico. Oops, fell to the ground, but I have more. 2 ounce pure silver, 2015, 3 nines, United States of Mexico, right? And why I'm talking about the thing that you can buy anywhere. Every other online seller sells these Mexican coins. I'm gonna explain to you, right? So these ones I purchased, I think, on the Black Friday. I purchased a bunch of these 2 ounces. I think they're beautiful. I prefer the 2 ounces like this than the Piedmont format. I like the Piedmonts too, but I prefer these ones. They're large, etc. And the first thing that I want to talk about, if you take a look here, you're gonna see all these shields, these emblems from Mexico. I found out while hunting for silver in Mexico, a lot of people, they collect the coins that came with each one of these specific presents. So I met one guy online exchanging messages in one of the forums. He has all of them except one, I don't remember. So I started to purchase because I think the Mexican silver coins are beautiful, right? And I found out that I have a lot of those as well. These are coins that circulated at one time between the 50s and the 70s, right? So these are old coins. This one is 90%. Yeah, it's huge, it's gigantic, it's fantastic. They're beautiful, right? So they are. Oops. Comparing to the regular Libertad, take a look how big they are, right? And also the old Libertad, it has, I found out that the old version of the Libertad has one of these, shields that you find in the current Libertad, showing or depicting everything that came as the symbol on the Mexican silver coins, right? So this one I purchased in my local coin shop. But anyway, I'm here to talk about these guys here, right? So if you go to Mexico, you're gonna find everywhere this supermarket. I think I'm gonna compare with the Walmart that we have all around the country. Should be more like a Publix for those in the south, but let's call it a Walmart. And inside it, more or less like Walmart, you have those booths, right? Booth for the finance company, for lending. You have the dentist, you can cut your hair, etc. They also have a handful of booths. One of them is for one specific bank. Let me see if I find very quickly the name of the bank that is inside this the supermarkets, because that would be important for you guys to know. But anyway, knowing the Electra supermarkets, you're gonna find the banks one way or the other. But I wanted to have the names for reference. Yeah, it's Banco Azteca. Banco Azteca. So you're gonna find branches of the Banco Azteca. It's usually a booth in the wall, and you have the line with those cords. You stay in the line. The lines, all of the ones that I went, the lines were short, 1, 2, 3 people. I just got to the window and asked for the ounce. And in all branches that I went, only one didn't have any. Right, one of them they had like 3. I asked for all 3 of them. They gave me 2, and whatever the guy decided to do with the other. That's interesting. There are not many. Don't go there waiting to find like 10, 20, 40 ounces of the Libertad in one branch. They have a handful in each one, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's interesting, but you always find. Go to Electra, go to the Banco Azteca branch and ask for the ounces. It's only the 1 ounce. They are whatever year. Take a look. All of these are purchased there. 2015, 2010, even the different finish. 2018, I think. Yeah, 2018. This one is also 2018, etc. So, right. So that's another things that I think is great. This is why I wanted to start with Mexico. So this is their current 100 pesos coin. It is marvelous. It is 39.09 millimeters by metal, right? External is copper nickel, I think, but internally, let me pull out the specs in my screen here. This four. They have a ½ ounce of silver, and it's 975 silver. Sorry, yeah, 975 silver. Right? It's a little over. It's 0.5270. But since it's 975, you make a quick calculation, you're going to see that you have exact ½ ounce of pure silver in each one of these coins. They're circulating since 1990 something, 1980 or 1990. It started with the new peso. Yeah, they changed the denomination, right? So I think the old 1,000 pesos became the 1 new peso, and the 1 new peso is now 100 pesos. The thing is, you get to the airport, you go to the exchange, you can already ask them, hey, give me some 100 pesos coins as well. Oh, you want coins? Oh, sure, yes. How much? How many do you want? Just answer how many you have. Oh, I have a lot. Give me all of them if you want. Usually all of them is going to be 10 or something. It's not the usual. But the other thing is, in commerce, in supermarkets, you can try to find them, but you have bank branches everywhere. Just go in every branch and ask for, to exchange your bills for 100 pesos. And you have, each year is a completely different design. They're beautiful. They're massive in your hand, right? They're thick, and, they are really, really something. Beautiful coins. And knowing that you can find them on the streets, on the banks, on the exchanges at the airport, and if you really want, try as I try to do always. Go to the exchange when, arriving. There's usually only one exchange. But, when going back, you can find 2 exchanges. They're far from each other, but it's worth your while to go and try to ask for the coins. If you have time, if you're really, someone like me that loves to pick these silver coins in circulations in the countries, etc. It's really great. Remember, every year is a completely different design, and they depict the states, they depict history, a lot of different things. They're wonderful coins. Okay, so for now that's it. Remember, please, to visit my blog as well, where I talk about picking or hunting for silver while traveling in other countries, how to find coins that are not the standard ones like Libertas or Silver Eagles or Britannias or Kangaroos, or these coins, these bullion coins that are sold in the shops, talking about more the coins that circulated, so local coin shops in different countries you buy on the streets, or even those that are actually in circulation, or those releases like I'm gonna show you in future videos, like the Queen Victoria for sure, the commemorative releases that you buy only from the mints from each country. And sometimes you can even try to buy them from here. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. In the future I'm gonna go country by country and explain the difference from the Nordic countries, Norway and Sweden mints, for example, and the Singapore mint. Right, Singapore mint you can buy online, but it costs you a fortune. Right, so from Norway, it's it's almost spot for you to to buy the coin and to ship it here, etc. But it's funky because of the credit card system. Sometimes you have to try different ones, and anyway, I'm gonna try to talk about everything. I'm finishing my first video that I'm creating my first ingots with ingots of pure aluminum. I prefer to say aluminium, but my son always corrects me. But anyway, I'm creating my own forge since I'm going to talk about this later. I'm an engineer by education, by profession, and my family has a long lineage of blacksmith. And because of this, I decided to try being inspired by several other channels on YouTube to try to start making my ingots. But I made my forge, and I want to use charcoal. I don't want to use those powerful forges, powered by methane gas, etc., etc. But anyway, there's another video, is another topic. Thank you for watching. That's all, folks. Cheers.